Hi, it's you and Ellery here making bonsai in Australia, and in this video I'm giving an update on my Schefflera bonsai and my Brazilian cherry. So I first made these Schefflera bonsai about 4 months ago, and you can see from my video, which I'll leave some excerpts from just in the side there, so you can see that when I first made them I had root pruned them quite significantly. So yeah, essentially just giving an update on where they were. Now I did actually hard prune them back quite significantly as well, and you can see over the 4 months that they've really grown quite significantly. Now I did also, with this one in particular, now it was initially only the one little plant that I put in there, and what I did was I actually just took a couple of the cuttings and just threw them into the soil just for funsies, just to essentially see if they would root. One of them did die, however the other one, which was actually really small, was essentially just a leaf. I didn't think there was any chance in it surviving, but it actually did root, and now I've got another little one on the side. So yeah, eventually I might plant a couple more cuttings and we'll just see how we go. But those are my Scheffleras. So yeah, with these, obviously just to keep them nice and healthy in quite well draining soil, and then I've had them in adequate amount of sunlight but not too severe. Now I did also make a video 3 months ago where I posted about, essentially about making bonsai from cuttings, and I had a couple just a branch from a dwarf Schefflera tree that I picked up in the local neighborhood, and I cut it into a couple cuttings and planted it in this pot. So just giving an update from that. Now initially when I first did that, I think about a month later, one of them, which was the bottom stub of the branch, it actually came out in just a mass of different new leaves that were popping up all over the place. Thought it was growing really well, and I actually thought this one was looking unhealthy and was going to die. Now the one that had all those leaves coming up went really well, and then just one day randomly, not sure if it was too much sun or just the fact that it hadn't really rooted, but yeah, all those leaves came out of nowhere and then it just died. So yeah, that's how it goes. But this one has actually, it hasn't done anything for pretty much 3 months now, although over the last month or so you can see the top of that's really starting to poke out, and it's got more branches that are about to bud from there, and down the bottom it's got another little one that's poking out. So yeah, it's done quite well over 3 months just with consistent watering. Now with the Brazilian cherry, so I've done a couple of videos on this one, but I haven't actually repotted it at any stage. So what I'm going to do today is just have a look at some of the branching, which is really starting to grow quite well, see which ones I want to keep, and just put it into a new pot, just to kind of establish it a little bit for the future. So it's the end of summer now, it's been growing quite well all summer, so just going to root prune it, just to try and establish a bit better kind of nambari or root structure, see what we're working with, and I'll probably just end up putting back in the same pot just so it can grow, be healthy into the future, and grow quite vigorously. Yes, I do want it to end up being quite a large bonsai tree, especially given that it is a fruit tree and we'll have cherries in the future. So I'll put this down and start working on that now. So it's got very it's really wrapped around root structure there, so I don't want a lot of it, but at the same time I don't want to remove too much, just purely for the health of the tree. So just prune back that bit. Now, because because it's got really just this one main root that everything's come off, and it's the first time root pruning this tree, so I'm not sure. First time root pruning a Brazilian cherry myself, so I'm not sure how well it's going to cope with the severe root pruning. It really doesn't have a good root structure. I don't like this part that comes up and around, so I might just get rid of that anyway. Might be able to deal with having this down here in the future, although yeah, eventually I want to use root structure that's up here, but yeah, we'll see how we go. So I'll keep it at that for now. Yeah, just basically eliminated some of those, pruned off some of the crazy roots down the bottom, and then yeah, with time I'll hopefully bring it back up, but yeah, we'll just kind of see what happens. So I'll put it back in its pot for now, and then I'll prune the top. Now I could do a couple of things here. So I've got two kind of main trunks that are coming out from two different locations, so I could keep the top one. There's quite a bit of branching on the top one, or I could keep the side one that comes out here. Now, because you can see there's a lot of curvature in that side one, so I'm going to remove the other one just to keep this curvature, and then we've got quite a bit of branching up the top here that ultimately I can use. So for now, I'm just going to prune off that part. So I'll just take off a couple of these leaves down here. So you can see there, I've removed it a little bit above where the initial branch was, so it's a bit messy at the moment, but that's just so that it doesn't die back and kill the main branch, and then later on, once it dies back to this part, I'll remove it. Now ultimately down the track I'll probably end up putting the tree more in this kind of a position. I might even set the pot a little bit like this, just so that it can grow in a better kind of position. And because I got rid of the trunk down the bottom here, we're gonna have a good bit of taper to this. Hopefully I'll get some more branches coming out with time, just so there's a little bit more taper down the bottom. But this canopy up here is quite good for now as well, especially given that it kind of branches off, comes out into different sections. So quite a bit of good material for now, and I'm just going to do a bit of a clip and grow just to get a bit more ramification in the branches. So this branch part here looks quite young, so I'll just prune back to a bit of prune back a little bit further, just so we don't get too many like long branches that are straight. I want a bit more taper in the branches too, so just prune them all back to where there are some leaves for it to bud back to. And then so basically prune it back for now, and then I'll let some of this grow. So there's my pruned Brazilian cherry. So essentially just pruned it back a little bit, just so that you can get a little bit more ramification. Got rid of the main trunk, the initial leader, which got overtaken by this one, just to provide a little bit more movement in the trunk with this secondary branch. a little bit of root pruning just so that yeah, I can hopefully make it a little bit better next time, but keeping enough roots so that it's nice and healthy. So look, thanks for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I do make a number of videos such as this on my channel. So if you are into this kind of content, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and otherwise look, stay tuned for my future videos as I release them. So look, thanks for your time today. Enjoy.